What's good, 10K gang?
Now, today's video, I'm going to be talking about LaMelo Ball. So you guys, I want to bring y'all this video just because I just feel like just talking about LaMelo and just giving y'all my thoughts and opinions on his basketball career, just because I have been covering LaMelo Ball for the past 3 to 4 years. So you know, I've seen it all with LaMelo, and I'm really thankful and grateful to be able to cover all of LaMelo Ball's journey, you know, to make it to the NBA, because it's just unreal. From going overseas, playing at Chino Hills, then, you know, just going everywhere around the world to figure out where he needs to be. But yeah, before I even start this video, make sure you guys go follow me on Instagram at _theonlywallace, and also go subscribe to my second channel called 10K Wallace Vlogs. Y'all know exactly what to do. So before I even start this video, just to let y'all know, I didn't take any notes. I didn't write down nothing. So I'm literally just talking off the top of my head and just giving y'all my thoughts and opinions. So if I make any mistakes or errors, just bear with me, because, you know, I don't have nothing written down to just back up what I gotta say. But where should I start off with now? Let's see. Okay, so let's just talk about what LaMelo Ball is doing right now currently with himself. We all know the 2020 NBA draft is right around the corner on October the 16th. So LaMelo basically is on vacation. You know, he's been on vacation for a few months, just been chilling. And honestly, you guys, I did record his Instagram live for like about 2 weeks ago, and he was at Jermaine Jackson's house. So this video is just going to have his Instagram live in the background, and I'm just going to be talking, so I don't have to edit nothing, you know, just because it's not really a video. I just talking about LaMelo Ball and his basketball career, and just, y'all know, y'all get it. But yeah, man, so right now LaMelo, he's at Jermaine Jackson's house in Detroit. So he's currently in Detroit, and he just working out with his manager slash trainer, Jermaine Jackson, of course. And you know, LaMelo just having fun, living his life. And honestly, LaMelo, I'm just so proud of him, because yo, just watching him have fun and stuff and just get ready for the NBA draft, it's just like, it's so crazy, because we all seen this coming, and he seen this coming himself. That's why he just so excited himself. He just living his life and having fun, because he knew this was going to happen. You know, we all been hyping up LaMelo since we found out about him, since his 8th grade year. Once his freshman year came around the corner, that's when everybody started to get on LaMelo wave and stuff. And once he dropped that 92-point game during his sophomore year, now that's when the bar really was set. So it's just like LaMelo, has been waiting for his opportunity and his turn to just walk down that NBA stadium, walk down that stage, and just shake the commissioner's hand and just get drafted. And he just deserves it. But right now, you know, he's just living his life, and just watching his Instagram lives, it's just so funny, yo. LaMelo, the dude is just so funny. He got so much character to him, and he just mad goofy. And honestly, whatever team draft him, I really hope they consider how he is and how he act, because he's really a team player. You know, he really do care about his teammates, and he just care about having fun and also winning. We all been watching Ball in their family, and we know exactly what LeVar Ball always taught all three of his boys. You know, the main thing that he always wanted them to learn is to always get that dub, always win the game no matter what. So it's just like, winning is a big thing for all three of the boys. So whatever team draft LaMelo, I just really hope they consider that, you know, he really is a winner, and he know what he got to do to win. Even though playing with the Illawarra Hawks, it wasn't really a good team, we all know the whole reason of him going to the Illawarra Hawks, so he can just take over, do what he got to do, and get drafted, you know. Of course, he was trying to win. LaMelo was putting up buckets. I'm not sure exactly what his stats were, just because I didn't write it down. I think it was like 17 points, 7 rebounds, 7 assists. You know, LaMelo, he was doing his thing, but his team wasn't really that good, and he's playing in the NBL with a lot of good competition, so it was kind of hard for him to get some dubs. But all I'm saying is, he know what to do to get some dubs. He just need some more pieces around him. But now that he's going to go to the NBA, of course he's going to have way and more better pieces around him, instead of, you know, playing in the NBL with different overseas players. He didn't really have help playing in the NBL. So now that he's in the NBA, he's going to have a little help to get some dubs. So we all know there's been a lot of rumors on Instagram throughout this year about which team is going to draft LaMelo. Of course, the New York Knicks always been the front runners, just because LaMelo has been projected to be the #1 pick, and the New York Knicks has been projected to receive the #1 pick in the draft lottery. We all know the NBA draft lottery is right around the corner also, so we got to figure out what's going to happen with that draft lottery. But man, it's just really hard to tell. Like, I just know if the New York Knicks do get the number 1 pick, they for sure are going to get LaMelo Ball. So how I look at it, LaMelo for sure, 100% sure is going to be the number 1 pick if the New York Knicks gets the number 1 pick. But if a different team gets a number 1 pick, such as like the Golden State Warriors or the Timberwolves or the Atlanta Hawks, honestly, it's really hard to even tell. Like, I just know for sure it's going to be LaMelo or Anthony Edwards. They have to be the top 2 picks. I know James Wiseman has been up there and stuff like that, but just looking at the draft, the mock draft, it seems like James Wiseman is dropping, and I honestly just don't know what exactly to believe. But in my opinion, I really feel like LaMelo and Anthony Edwards are the 2 best players in the 2020 NBA draft, and they're going to be the first 2 picks. So whatever team gets that first pick is going to, decide who they want. It's like, I feel like if the Golden State Warriors ends up getting the number 1 pick, they're going to draft Anthony Edwards, because it makes a lot of sense for them to draft Anthony Edwards. If the Atlanta Hawks gets the number 1 pick, I feel like they're going to draft Anthony Edwards, because just imagine Trae Young, Anthony Edwards together. Yeah, LaMelo Ball could play alongside with Trae Young, but we all know LaMelo's a point guard. The Hawks just drafted a dominant point guard, a all-star, so just like they don't really need a point guard. So I just know for a fact if the Hawks get it, then Anthony Edwards. Y'all just got to use common basketball sense and logic. Like, it's just obvious by which team, and just look at their lineup and their roster and just see what type of pieces they need. You know what I mean? So it's really obvious. But let's say teams like the New York Knicks or the Cleveland Cavaliers or something like that, the Detroit Pistons, like, I really feel like those teams are really eyeing for LaMelo Ball. And I just know if the New York Knicks get the number 1 pick, LaMelo's definitely going number 1. That's just a fact right there. That's a fact. And the Cleveland Cavaliers, they also want LaMelo Ball as well, even though they did recently drafted Darius Garland and they have Colin Sexton. So it's just like, a lot of teams is looking at LaMelo Ball. I know there's a lot of Detroit Pistons fans out there that's like, oh, we want LaMelo. LaMelo actually would be a good fit for the Detroit Pistons because he can just take over the franchise. Y'all don't have Reggie Jackson no more. Y'all trade him to the Clippers. Y'all got D Rose. We all know D Rose situation and stuff. He still get buckets, but he ain't how he used to be. So, I think it would be a good fit for LaMelo to go to the Detroit Pistons and really take over. He's already living in Detroit right now with Jermaine Jackson. So it's just like he's already comfortable in Detroit. He already know where he trains at. He know himself around and stuff like that in Detroit. So he's already familiar with Detroit, and that actually is good. So that would be a plus for the Detroit Pistons if they end up drafting LaMelo. But we just got to see who's going to end up with the number 1 pick and just what's going to happen in the draft lottery. So here's the thing, you guys. I already know once LaMelo get drafted, a lot of people is going to be on his head. And the reason why I say that is because they're going to be waiting to see what he's going to do. And whenever he mess up, whenever he has one bad game, people are going to just wait for it so they can just bash him, down him. Y'all know exactly what they did to his older brother Lonzo Ball. They are still coming at Lonzo to this day because of just who he is. And the reason why I just know that people are really going to be so hard on LaMelo just because of the hype he had throughout his high school career and just how much hype he always had under his name. This kid got over 5 million followers on Instagram. LaMelo has so much hype under his name, it is unreal, and it never died down. It always been at his peak. And it's just so crazy because now he's about to get drafted and it's going to get even bigger and bigger and bigger. So a lot of people are going to be watching LaMelo. And I really wish we could have seen a summer league this year, but I don't know what they're going to do. Hopefully it turns into like a winter league and we can see LaMelo hoop. But I know y'all remember when Trae Young got drafted and he was in the summer league and he didn't play good for like his first 2 games or something. And people just coming at him. Oh, you're a bust. You're this. You're that. You're not good and all that stuff. They was coming at Trae Young's neck like it was, oh my God. Because people was looking at Trae Young how they look at LaMelo right now. Trae Young was a dog in college at University of Oklahoma. I know y'all remember scoring like 30 points, 10 assists, going nuts. And once he got drafted and stuff, people were just coming at him because he wasn't contributing right away in the summer league. So you already know, once LaMelo get into the winter league or summer league, whatever they call it, people are going to be on him. And it's just like, I just really hope LaMelo just stay committed, stay with some tough and thick skin, and just go through it and just hoop, because I know Lonzo is giving him advice about what to do once he gets to the league, because of course Lonzo is the perfect example for him to learn from. But I just feel like it's going to be way more on LaMelo than Lonzo, even though it was a lot of pressure on Lonzo. But yo, the type of pressure that LaMelo is going to have, everybody want to see LaMelo. Like, yo, LaMelo is just on a whole nother different level right now with this, man. Like, for real, it's really crazy, because it's just like he can't disappoint people. If people want to see LaMelo do good so bad, yo, it's like crazy. It's like they don't want to believe him to do bad or anything. Like, everybody wants LaMelo to do good, mostly everybody, and everybody want to see if he's, you know, living up to the hype. So it's just like he really has to live up to the hype. And as much as I love LaMelo and stuff like that, I know he's still a kid, and I know he's still young. He still got to figure himself out and everything. But I just really wish and hope, well, I ain't gonna say that, I just really hope he realized how much pressure he has on him, man, once he gets drafted, man. And I just know he's going to live up to the hype. I know he's going to shut up all the haters. I know he's going to do his thing, but he has to do it consistently. That's the thing. He has to do it consistently, man. That's the only thing I'm kind of afraid of for LaMelo in his rookie year, even though I know he's going to ball out regardless. But it's just like he has to have really good consistent games. And regardless, if he don't have really good consistent games, just make sure he's doing stuff on the court, as in getting good assists, getting rebounds, and you know he's going to score regardless. It's just his field goal percentage and his 3-point percentage. A lot of people, they're going to look at LaMelo a different way, as in how people look at Lonzo. They want to see him score more points and anything. Like, just think about it. If Lonzo scored like 20 points, 8 assists, 9 rebounds or something like that, shooting like 30 field goal percentage, 29% from the 3-point line, people won't care. The reason why they won't care, because they like to see Lonzo Ball score the ball. If Lonzo scored like 30 points, shooting like 15 field goal percentage, nobody would care. You know why? Because he scored 30 points. It's Lonzo. People just want to see Lonzo score, because he's known as a pass first, you know, this floor general, getting his teammates open shots and stuff like that. For LaMelo, he's known as a scorer. LaMelo is known as getting buckets. So it's just like people are going to expect LaMelo to get buckets every single game, regardless of him shooting bad or not. And on top of that, he has to shoot good, because look, we all know LaMelo can score. Everybody know LaMelo can score. So they're not going to be looking at how much points LaMelo got. They're going to be coming at his field goal percentage. They're going to be coming at his 3-point percentage. They're going to be coming at every other thing besides points, because they know LaMelo can get those points. You know what I mean? So that's going to be the difference of LaMelo. He really got to take smart shots. He got to work on his field goal percentage, 3-point percentage. I know he's been slacking playing with the Illawarra Hawks with his 3-point percentage. So it's just like he really has to be more cautious with the type of shots he take, you know, them half-court step-back shots and stuff like that. Like, he just really got to be more cautious. And I'm clearly sure he know that, but I just want him to know that, because that's how people are going to be judging him once he make it to the NBA, you know. And of course they're going to be judging him off his points, but I feel like people are not going to be really looking at his points too much like that, because they know he's going to at least score 15 a game. Like, come on now, LaMelo's going to score at least 15 a game and about 6 or 7 rebounds. Like, that's literally his rookie stats, about 15 or 16 points a game, 6 or 7 rebounds. But people are going to be looking at that field goal percentage and that 3-point percentage. So he just got to make sure. And I just know LaMelo can shoot the ball extremely well. It just, he got to take his time. Stop doing them step backs in everybody's face how he was doing in high school. I understand being in high school, you're the dog, you're that man, you're that guy, you can do whatever you want. I understand that. But now that you got your stats recorded every single game, and people are going to be watching you and just literally studying you, every single move you do on the court, like, it's just a completely different game playing for the NBA. LaMelo really got to become a professional, man, and just do what he got to do. But of course, don't let none of that distract him and stuff like that. He still got to do what he got to do. But I'm just saying, I just know that's how people are going to judge him. So now that I talked about the NBA situation, you know, there's only so much I can say about it just because he haven't got drafted yet. But I just want to rewind back to before he went to overseas with the Illawarra Hawks. Now, I know you guys remember his whole situation when he was playing with Spire Institute, and the NCAA wouldn't allow him to go to college because of his signature shoes and all the money he made and all that stuff, right? So I just remember all the videos I was making during that time, and you know, LaMelo was really trying to go to college. We all know he committed to UCLA during his freshman year in high school, but then all that stuff happened with LiAngelo, so he decommitted from UCLA. But then once he went back to Spire Institute, LaMelo clearly wanted to go back to college. And On his list, he wanted to go to USC. USC, as in University of Southern California, that was a school that he really wanted to go to. We all know Big O was their starting center there, and it's just like LaMelo have a really good connection with Big O. USC was right down the street from his house, the Big Baller Estate, so it just like it was going to be no different from UCLA. USC was going to be the school LaMelo would have went to, and it would have been so dope. And I really wish I could have seen him play at USC because, bro, I wanted to really see LaMelo play in college. Regardless, I know it was cool seeing him play with the Illinois Hawks and stuff like that, but LaMelo wanted to go to college himself. So if that whole NCAA situation didn't happen, just know he would have picked college over the G League or overseas. So if it was LaMelo Ball's choice, he would be at USC, and he would have got drafted from USC. But it's cool though. But I just know it would have been so dope seeing him play at USC because, yo, he would have been getting buckets, man. He would have been getting buckets. Y'all saw what Kevin Porter Jr. did at USC right before LaMelo. So just imagine if he would have came into USC right after Kevin Porter got drafted from that school. Come on now. And also another school that actually was trying to recruit LaMelo was University of Kentucky. University of Kentucky really did want LaMelo. And I know it was just a little rumors then and there, but I'm going to let you guys know. University of Kentucky, John Calipari, oh yeah, he wanted that LaMelo Ball. Trust and believe, John Calipari wanted LaMelo Ball. But, you know, Kentucky is such a big school, they really have to be cautious with the NCAA. They can't be all out on social media, definitely when it comes to LaMelo Ball. Because once one little information come out about LaMelo, you already know everybody is on it, including me. And I was making videos about it when LaMelo was in Lexington, Kentucky. You know, he was around University of Kentucky and stuff like that, throwing out hints and stuff, having private unofficial visits at University of Kentucky. I guarantee you guys, he did have a private unofficial visit. They wanted him. And it's just like, man, it would have been so dope because I know University of Kentucky was on his list as well, man. Like, man, it was just would have been so crazy if the NCAA would allow him to play. And also, I didn't forget University of Kansas was on that list too, baby. They wanted LaMelo Ball. Kansas, they wanted LaMelo. Don't try to play Kansas. Y'all know y'all wanted LaMelo. But once that information came out, once the rumors started to surface around social media, then the NCAA started to put y'all under the fire. That's when they had to shoot that rumor down. Oh, we didn't recruit LaMelo. We never had talks about recruiting LaMelo. Trust and believe, LaMelo would not been lying on Ball and the Family. He was on a reality TV show saying the teams that wanted him. He said KU, USC. Like, come on, man. Like, you know he was not lying. What would he got to lie for about that? Like, come on now. Like, come on, KU. They just had to shoot that rumor down because, man, the NCAA was not playing, bro. The NCAA was not playing when it came to LaMelo with all that recruiting. They was not playing with LaMelo at all. The NCAA was not playing. And I know they knew if LaMelo would have played for their organization, they would have received a lot more money and stuff like that. But at the same time, if they would have allowed LaMelo to play, it would have messed up so much with their organization, as in all the other players that they messed over because of the things they done, such as signing deals with other companies and just all types of stuff. So the NCAA just couldn't do it just because of all the times they did other players dirty in the past. So that's the only reason why they didn't allow LaMelo to play. But I guarantee you guys, they really was probably voting for it, LaMelo to play for their organization and stuff, because they knew how much money he would have brought in. But, you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. LaMelo, he still did his thing overseas. He still played with the Illinois Hawks. Became the NBL Rookie of the Year, of course, you know. And now he's about to get drafted. So it's just like, yo, LaMelo, his path is crazy. I know it's even more I haven't even talked about, but it's just like, yo, I can talk on and on and on and on and on about LaMelo. I didn't even talk too much about his Chino Hills days. I didn't even talk too much about Lithuania, about what all happened there. In the JBA USA tour. Like, yo, LaMelo journey has been crazy, and it's just so crazy because it's now starting, you guys. His journey is now starting, as in once you get drafted, that's when it all starts. LeBron even said that himself. Yeah, you're working to get to the NBA, but once you get to the NBA, that's when the grind starts. That's when it's time to really get on your stuff, man, and show out, because that's where it all starts. So it's just like, yeah, LaMelo had a crazy journey to get to the NBA. He had a insane journey, and I'm just really thankful and blessed I could have experienced it and just, you know, cover all of it and just see it from my own two eyes, because this was something different. I don't think we will ever see something really similar to LaMelo, how LaMelo did what he did, as in just going to a whole family-owned league, still managed to just go overseas and just do so much. It's just so crazy how LaMelo really removed his way to the NBA draft, yo, like, and still become a top prospect. Like, that is some legendary stuff. And on top of that, tried to own the team, the El Robert Hawks, after dominating for them and stuff. Like, yo, that's just some boss stuff right there, yo. Y'all can't lie, LaMelo is the GOAT. The kid owned a signature shoe, only being 16 years old, and was actually getting sales. Like, come on, man. His own signature shoe, like, bro. And the reason why he was getting so much sales is because people just loved LaMelo. They just loved how good he was as a basketball player. They just love his personality. They just like how he is, and they knew he was going to be the future. And as you can see, a few years later, look, he's about to be a top pick in the NBA draft, maybe number 1, number 2, or number 3. Like, come on now, he's not going below 3, and I just hope y'all know that. He's most likely going number 1 or number 2. It's either him or Anthony Edwards. That's how I look at it. But we just gotta see, man. This has been a crazy journey, but I just really can't wait to the NBA draft. It's just like LaMelo is just so lucky. He really had it so sweet, man. Even though he had to go around a lot of places, you know, to get where he's at. The only reason he had to travel so much, as in going to Lithuania and playing in JVA and all that, just because of his older brother LiAngelo. If all that didn't happen, it would have been way more sweet for LaMelo. But it still was sweet because everybody was supporting LaMelo. His entire family made sure LaMelo was going to be straight. They made sure LaMelo was going to be on the best team and have like the best opportunities and stuff like that. So it was still sweet for him. And on top of that, now that he's done playing for the El Robert Hawks, he left Australia early to come back home. And on top of that, the coronavirus and all that started, so he even got more and extra time to work out. And they pushed the 2020 NBA draft date back to October, which was supposed to be in June. So he had a few more months. You know, like, yo, this kid literally just took a crazy vacation, and he deserved it. He deserved that vacation after all that time traveling to get to where he needed to be, when all he had to do was just stay in high school, then go to college, and, you know, he would still be where he's at right now. But he did it for his brother, which is understandable. But it's just so crazy, man. LaMelo, I'm proud of him, yo, and I just can't wait, because once he make it to the NBA, once he's on that NBA court with that NBA jersey on, and once that clock starts and that tip-off, that's when it all starts for LaMelo. I want you guys to leave y'all comments and opinions below on how y'all feel about this, how y'all feel about LaMelo. Hey, and just let me know how y'all feel. I thank you guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. Make sure you press the notification button. TK Gang, we out.